Today we'll be discussing what's next for LEGO Star Wars Clone Troopers. Hey guys, so a big part of the LEGO Star Wars community is army building, and an even bigger part of that is clone troopers. And since 2020, we've been creating this new style of clone troopers, what people like to call the 2020 style, which is different from the previous animated style and the realistic style, and then any other older style before that. This new style has some pretty cool clone troopers, but what's next for them? Specifically, I wanted to talk about battle pack type sets, so clone battle packs, and they won't be like the $20 ones. I'm talking about the ones that started off with the 501st battle pack and sets in that vein. Obviously this year, we got the Republic fighter tank with Mace Windu's 187th Legion, but what's the next style of set like that? I think we all know what's next. A 212th battle pack makes so much sense. Unlike the 501st one and the 187th one, LEGO already has these clone troopers as they release them in, of course, the ATT set. In fact, 3 of them, so it just makes so much sense to have a battle pack go alongside that with maybe just 3 of them and an airborne trooper, because that airborne design also exists. It would be a very easy set for LEGO to make, and I mean, it just makes a lot of sense. People would love it. For the build, I don't know, like some separatist thing would be nice to face the ATT, like an Octoptaro droid or even a Crab droid or something. I would hope that maybe this would be a $20 one, but I'm sure this would be going to the $30 to $35 range. But to me, this definitely makes the most sense, and I'm sure we'll be seeing this in early 2023. If this does happen, it does follow a pattern of the clone sets relating to a Jedi. So obviously the Republic fighter tank was kind of just made to include Mace Windu. I'm sure that was some of the thought process behind it, and that's why it was made. So my thinking after this, and I don't know when these sets could come out, but it's probably going to be in like 2024, 2025, but my thinking was what other Jedi are popular enough to have their legions in a set alongside them. Would also see it more likely if they were already included in a set. So I think Ahsoka Tano is a big one. Then of course Yoda is also the other big one. Yoda makes so much sense, and we'll get into their legion soon. And other than that, I don't think there's anyone in particular. Someone like Kashyyyk could do it, but I don't know if he'd sell it on his own. And maybe Plo Koon, like, I just don't really think that we'll get some Galactic Marines or Wolfpack Troopers. Then again, we did get the 187th, but I just don't think in LEGO's eyes Kashyyyk and Plo Koon are popular enough to warrant a set like that. Ahsoka's clones are obviously the 332nd Legion or Battalion. Now LEGO of course actually already has this design as it appeared in the AAT set which Ahsoka appeared in, so I think that this makes a lot of sense. Yes, they're not a massive legion, but they could still have something cool in the set, maybe include 2 and a 501st trooper, or even like a Mandalorian, have it based on the Siege of Mandalore. But my thing is, if they're going to put Ahsoka in the set, because I feel like they would just because she's a popular character, my main hope was that they would put Captain Rex in there. And I know it would be an army builder, but it's a great excuse to have a Phase 2 Captain Rex on the market. I think that makes a lot of sense. It seems like a LEGO-y thing to do, as while I would love a Captain Rex, I think putting him in like a $35 set actually would be really cool. Whether or not LEGO would do it, we'll have to wait and see. I think maybe Rex's Y-Wing based on the Bad Batch is a more likely place for him, but of course, we will just have to see. Yoda doesn't really have his own legion. The Kashyyyk troopers are kind of seen as such, at least in the public eye. Really, they do belong to Luminara and Dooley, but Yoda was kind of there as well, so I think Kashyyyk troopers make a lot of sense. LEGO just loves Kashyyyk in general. Haven't made a set in too long, but they do like it. It would be cool for them to revisit it. Obviously for the build, they could just do a Kashyyyk AT-AT and have that be that. I personally think a Swamp Speeder would be a great build to have with these clones. That would just be really, really cool and unique, because, you know, we get a lot of AT-ATs and it'll be cool to mix it up, and a Swamp Speeder is something unique that LEGO hasn't made in a long time. I think maybe sure, chuck in Yoda, I wouldn't want him here. But like, yeah, you know, like LEGO would put him in. He's a popular character, of course, though I do think, unlike the 332nd, I know this will sound weird, but the Kashyyyk troopers could sell on their own. Obviously there was the Kashyyyk battle pack back in 2014, but you know, they are recognizable as they're of course in Revenge of the Sith. Personally though, I think after 212 troopers, Kashyyyk troopers are probably going to be coming in. Sure, they could like do some sets for the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith, but LEGO doesn't really care about 20th anniversary of movies, maybe 25th, but of course we will, as I always say, just have to wait and see. Anyway though, anything coming after the supposed 212th Legion pack would be in a while, in at least a few years. Other than that, now I'm just gonna go through a few other things I would like to see, like maybe building on in some phase 1s would be kinda cool. Like they obviously have the accessory pack, but maybe do a bit more with that, like a Ballogenosis thing. A lot of builds you can do for that, so that'll be quite cool. I think also just a plain phase 2 one is that's just something people have wanted for years, makes a lot of sense, and really you can choose any Jedi to go along with that. I'd also think shock troopers make so much sense, not specifically because like they're popular, but I mean they are recognizable. They were in Revenge of the Sith and they've been in a lot of stuff, and I mean they're just red and people will like red clones. I mean you could include Commander Fox if you really wanted, and I don't know who the Jedi would be, but I think that shock troopers are also a possibility. Those are just my guesses though, and please let me know your thoughts down below. What clones do you want to see, and what ones do you think we're going to see? But yeah, that'll be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe. That'll be all folks. Goodbye.